Hello, everybody. So I wanted to talk today about the why, the how, and the what. And this is an Instagram post that I posted not too long ago. And this is a huge subject. So there are entire books on each one of these, right? And I could make a whole course on these three. So what I wanted to do is just give you the nuts and bolts and go from there. So the why is your fuel, your purpose, the fire in your heart for getting to where you want to be. The what usually comes first, and you see, maybe you get inspired and you go and see a movie and you want to be a firefighter or whatever it is. You probably know that feeling where you get really excited and you know what you want to do. Okay, and the how is how you get there. So imagine, just for sake of an example, you want to get to the top of this little mountain, right? And so your how is maybe hiking or maybe biking or maybe taking a helicopter, right? And so it could be, there are different ways to get there, right? So the how is where, like for example, businesses have different hows. So a lot of businesses will do the same thing, but they approach it in a different way. And so some of them are successful and some of them aren't. And for example, McDonald's, they don't necessarily have the biggest burger in town, but they have the best system in town. So they are the ones that are kind of at the top of their mountain, I guess you could say. So this is really important, and the why I don't want to get too much into right now because I want to talk about the how today. So one of the cool stories about this why, how, and what is that everybody can kind of resonate with is Michael Jordan. So he wanted to be a basketball star, and in high school he tried out for the varsity team and he didn't make it, and so he hit a wall right here. And then he decided, I still have this goal and I want to get there, and so what am I going to do to get there? How am I going to get there, right? And so he set up a training program for himself to increase his strength and increase his accuracy and all these different things, and he figured out a system and stuck with it until he was really good, and even after that. So that it was his system, his McDonald's system or whatever you want to say, that's what made him really good, and his passion and everything else and his why. But really, if you think about the athletes, like Michael Phelps, he has a really good routine, and he has a really good how, and that's what makes him amazing. Okay, plus there's other factors too with athletes and stuff, but that's what I wanted. It's easy with athletes to see this, and so that's why I use that as an example. But now you need to figure out how to use it in your life for your goal, right? So let's talk about that. So there's this book called 4 Disciplines of Execution that I read, and we'll just put that up here. It's 4DX for short, and it's by Sean Covey. And so this book talks about how to measure your goals and get to where you want to go. It talks a lot about the how, okay? And he has a concept called lead measures versus lag measures, okay? And he talks about how what the difference, and knowing those difference will get you to where you want to go. And so, for example, we'll say that the top of your mountain here is to lose 30 pounds. Okay, now this is a bad example, but it will still show you what I'm talking about here. Okay, so you're here and you want to lose 30 pounds, so you need to get there, right? And what you want to do is, there's a quote that says, where is it? If you can't measure it, you can't improve it. So you've done a pretty good job here first of describing the what. So I want to lose 30 pounds, and normally this would be like pretty clear. Back when I learned goals and stuff in high school or even middle school and elementary school, they said SMART goals. So part of the SMART is specific, right, and measurable and stuff like that. So that is, defining a really good goal is follow that method probably. And so then what you want to do is you want to measure yourself along the way. Okay, now that is your lag measure right here. So that lag equals pounds lost. Okay, so it's really just it's your increments of getting along the way. So that is pounds lost. Okay, now lead could be, um, could be. Let's do number one would be diet, maybe sleep, and then maybe exercise. And then you could have a lot of these. So imagine if it was a mountain and this was not lose the 30 pounds but get to the top of this mountain. That would be hiking, biking, taking a helicopter or whatever. And so that is, let's see, where are we here? So you want to take your lead measures and write out as many as you possibly can, and then try 1 to 3 of them at a time. I would maybe even say 1 to 2 and then maybe 3, depending on your goal and how many. Like, for example, Michael Jordan, he wanted to do maybe flexibility, accuracy, and strength, or something like that. And so that would be those 3 things that he really primarily focuses on. And so how he gets there is his or for losing your pound would be like your diet, your sleep, your exercise, and that is what moves the needle here. Okay, so maybe you try a diet, or and the thing is you could even your diet could change. So it could be diet X or diet Y or diet Z, right? And then same thing here, X, Y, Z. So you want to. This is where creativity comes in. Is you're trying to figure out what really moves the needle. Okay, and that is, and another thing, a lot of people think that to get to the top of their mountain there's only one way, which is not true. There are many different ways. So you can imagine the guy that's like, oh, I'm just gonna hike it and I'll get there, and that might be the best way, but it's not usually the only way. It's better than army crawling the whole way, but if there's a guy that zooms past him on a helicopter, and then he'll be like, whoa, okay, maybe there is another way, right? So it's easy to think in the physical world and the athletic world, but now we're trying to think figuratively in your world of personal development, your specific goals. Okay. So, but I hope this helps, that you have lead measures and lag measures, and it's the lead measures that change the lag measures, and the lag measure is just easy, right? It's just measuring your progress towards your goal. Okay. So I think that's pretty much it. But if you understand this, now you understand how to the logic behind getting towards your goal here. How? Okay. So anyway, if you have any questions, let me know. But I hope you enjoyed that.